Chapter 7 Industries in India. Basic necessities for setting up factories. India's main industrial activity for a long time was handicrafts, particularly textile goods. Under the colonial rule, barring a few industries, India could not develop a sound industrial base. After 1947, India began many initiatives to promote industrial activities in the country. One important driving force behind this idea was to become self-sufficient in meeting our needs and to make the country an industrially developed nation. Transportation is needed to bring raw materials to factories and transfer finished goods from them. Truck, railway, and ship are means of transport. For this, you require some essential facilities such as a system of roads which are in good condition and which link a large number of towns and villages in the country. A system of transporting material by rail, ports which can accommodate a large number of ships and also organize the loading and unloading from them. Hence, for industrialization to develop a large number of different factories, we have certain basic requirements like machines, electricity, minerals, and ores and transport facilities. Factories producing these essential goods, machines, electricity, minerals, and ores, and transport facilities are basic industries. Basic industries produce essential goods that can form a base to support a large variety of factories. Industrial location. These are influenced by availability of raw material, labor, capital, power, and market, etc. It is rarely possible to find all these factors available at one place. Consequently, manufacturing activity tends to locate at the most appropriate place where all the factors of industrial location are either available or can be arranged at lower cost. After an industrial activity starts, urbanization follows. Sometimes, industries are located in or near the cities. Thus, industrialization and urbanization go hand in hand. Agro-based industries. The industries which are based on agricultural products are called agro-based industries. Textile industry. The textile industry occupies unique position in the Indian economy because it contributes significantly to industrial production, employment generation, and foreign exchange earnings. It contributes 4% towards GDP. It is the only industry in the country which is self-reliant and compete in the value chain, if that from raw material to the highest value-added products. Cotton textiles. Today, there are nearly 1,600 cotton and human-made fiber textile mills in the country. About 80% of these are in the private sector and the rest in the public and cooperative sectors. Apart from these, there are several thousand small factories with 4 to 10 looms. India exports yarn to Japan. Other importers of cotton goods from India are USA, UK, Russia, France, East European countries, Nepal, Singapore, Sri Lanka, and African countries. Jute textiles. India is the largest producer of raw jute and jute goods and stands at second place as an exporter after Bangladesh. There are about 70 jute mills in India. Most of these are located in West Bengal, mainly along the banks of the Hooghly River, 98 kilometers along 3 kilometers wide. Factors responsible for their location in the Hooghly Basin are proximity of the jute producing areas, inexpensive water transport, supported by a good network of railways, roadways, and waterways to facilitate movement of raw materials to the mills, abundant water for processing raw jute, cheap labor from West Bengal and adjoining states of Bihar, Odisha, and Uttar Pradesh. Kolkata as a large urban center provides banking, insurance and port facilities for export of jute goods. Sugar industry. India stands second as a world producer of sugar but occupies the first place in the production of jaggery and khandsari. Mineral-based industries. Iron and steel industry. The iron and steel industry is the basic industry since all the other industries, heavy, medium and light, depend on it for their machinery. Steel is needed to manufacture a variety of engineering goods, construction material, defense, medical, telephonic, scientific equipment and a variety of consumer goods. Aluminium smelting. Aluminium smelting is the second most important metallurgical industry in India. It is light, resistant to corrosion, a good conductor of heat, malleable and becomes strong when it is mixed with other metals. It is used to manufacture aircraft, utensils and wires. It has gained popularity as a substitute of steel, copper, zinc and lead in a number of industries. Chemical industries. The chemical industry in India is fast growing and diversifying. It contributes approximately 3% of the GDP. Fertilizer industry. The fertilizer industry is centered around the production of nitrogenous fertilizers, mainly urea, phosphatic fertilizers and ammonium phosphate, DAP and complex fertilizers which have a combination of nitrogen, phosphate and potash. After the Green Revolution, the industry expanded to several other parts of the country. Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh, Punjab and Kerala contribute towards half the fertilizer production. Cement industry. Cement is essential for construction activity such as building houses, factories, bridges, roads, airports, dams and for other commercial establishments. This industry requires bulky and heavy raw materials like limestone, silica, alumina and gypsum. Coal and electric power are needed apart from rail transportation. Automobile industry. Automobiles vehicles provide quick transport of goods and passengers. Trucks, buses, cars, motorcycles, scooters, three-wheelers and multi-utility vehicles are manufactured in India at various centers. Information technology in the electronics industry. The electronics industries cover a wide range of products from transistor sets to television, telephones, cellular telecom, pagers, telephone exchange, radars, computers and many other equipments required by the telecommunication industry. Bangalore has emerged as an electronic capital of India. Other important centers for electronic goods are Mumbai, Delhi, Hyderabad, Pune, Chennai, Kolkata, Lucknow and Coimbatore. 18 software technology parks provide single window service and high data communication facility to software experts. A major impact of this industry has been on employment generation. Up to 31st March 2005, the IT industry employed over 1 million persons. This number is expected to increase eightfold in next 3 to 4 years. It is encouraging to know that 30% of the people employed in this sector are women. This industry has been a major foreign exchange earner in last 2 or 3 years because of its fast-growing business processes outsourcing BPO sector. The continuing growth in the hardware and software is the key to the success of IT industry in India. Government and industrial development. The early years. In India, a few large factories are operated by government and others are by private companies. This kind of existence of industries run by both government and private industrialists has emerged because of the policy decided by Indian Parliament. This kind of arrangement was made keeping in view the huge amount of capital required to set up large industries at that time in India. Government made laws so that the large factory owners get prior permission license to set up factories. This was done so that there would be better planning and coordination. Emerging problems. Over the years, many of these industrial policies became hindrance to the growth of industry. Those aspiring to set up an industrial unit were required to follow so many procedures and had to wait for many years to get the approval from the government offices. There were administrative hurdles such as delays in processing applications, which gave rise to the unhealthy practices of bribes. There were many instances of misuse of the licensing system. Licenses were not always given to the most efficient producers. All this discouraged new entrepreneurs, those who were willing to take the risk of investing money in industrial production and who would work with the latest technology available. New policy for industries. In the 1990s, the country began to relook at the industrial policies till then. A new industrial policy was announced. Many activities which were earlier restricted only for the government are not allowed for the private industries. Private or government companies from other countries are now encouraged to come to set up factories in India so that new technology would become common and more goods could be exported to markets outside the country. Impact of industrialization policies. Rise in the number of industrial units. Employment has increased but less than expected and of low-paying quality. One important point in industrial development after the new policies were introduced, period was the role of small firms has declined with many big industries coming up to produce factory-based goods. Even after 6 decades of Indian independence, the share of employment has not gone up as much as expected. Also, a large section of workers are employed in small industrial units, which generally pay a very low salary and devoid of workers' safe working conditions and health benefits. Production of factory-based goods has increased over the years. You may recall that establishing basic industries was the first setup the Indian leaders took to industrialize India. Establishment of those industries resulted in increased production of these goods. Increase in the environmental problems and pollution. The production process in industries involves the use of electricity and application of different chemicals. In the course of production, these industries release a lot of other materials. They are causing pollution in the industrial locations.
మా వీడియో గనుక మీకు నచ్చినట్లయితే లైక్ చేయండి, షేర్ చేయండి. ఇలాంటి మరిన్ని వీడియోస్ కోసం మా ఛానల్ని సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేసుకోవడం మాత్రం మర్చిపోకండి. థాంక్యూ ఫర్ వాచింగ్.